Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Time for a quick little overview of what's going on with the Unit 2 Lesson 2 Ready, Set, Go. At the beginning here, you're getting the slopes presented here, which if you remember on the graphs, slope is always the rise over the run. So this one here, it goes up 8 and it ran sideways 4. And so your slope is 8 over 4, which does simplify just to be 2. And so you're going to get the same thing for this one, and then figure out if they are the same or not. When you're looking at a table, such as something like this, once again, it's the rise over run. The rise is the gap here between the y values. From negative 19 to negative 11 is adding 8. And going from 3 to 5 is adding 2. And so our slope here is going to be 8 over 2, which is 4. That's a 4. And you can go between any of them, like this one here. This is a gap of 12, and here it's a gap of 3. Well, is 12 over 3 the same? And yeah, it's the same. It's still 4. If it's linear, the slope's going to be the same everywhere, regardless of where you're looking in your table. The next part here, you have to do a little bit of solving to get your slope. So it already has some steps here. It had an equation, move the x over. At this point, you want to get rid of the negative 2. So you have to divide everything by negative 2. And now we got y is negative 6 divided by negative 2 is positive 3. And then 2 divided by negative 2 is negative 1. So we got that. So our slope is going to be 3. Slope is always the number with x. So you're going to do a similar thing over here to simplify, see what slope you get. And don't forget, there's a question here, are those two slopes the same? So that's going on in the first section. In the next section, it says to create a graphical model based on the context. Here's a context. Indicate if it's linear or exponential, and if the context best described by discrete or continuous. So we've been doing this a lot. For instance, here, highway construction crew pours 300 feet of concrete in a day. That's going to be linear, right? 300 feet every day. So here's my graphical model. At day 0, they've done 0, and it just goes up like that. These are going to be your days. This is going to be concrete poured. Since poured, not poured, pours, poured. It doesn't need numbers. I just need like a quick sketch of it. Since this is constant every day, it's going to be linear. And is it discrete or continuous? I would say largely continuous on this. Like, if they're doing it 24/7, you would have some discrete jumps there if they took a break. But we'll just assume it just keeps going 300 feet a day. So what's going on in that entire section? You got different situations. You just sketch a quick graph. When you get here, it's pretty similar. Read the function, look at the graph, look at the equation, and just determine if it is discrete or continuous, if it's linear or exponential, and create a context, create your own story. For instance, something like this one. Let's see, it started up at 60, and it's decreasing here like this. Well, this one's definitely discrete. And we can create a story. I'm just going to say it out loud instead of writing it out. Let's say this is, you start with $60, and you're deciding to be generous, so you start giving away some of your friends. But you only get rid of, a certain percent here. Maybe that's 40% each time. So each day you give 40% of your money away, and it just goes down like this. So there's a little context there. When you get to the go section, you're just solving equations. It has 2 examples here of solving the equations. This is definitely all messed up here, so don't worry about that. Let's do one together real quick. For instance, number 45, you can subtract 16. And then we got 1x equals 20. And you can divide by the 1. Actually, you don't need to, because 1x just means x. So we got x is 20. Hooray! So that's kind of what's going on there. And then here, you're writing recursive and explicit functions again, just like we were doing in our last units. Look at the table, figure out what the pattern is, and continue on. So there you go. Quick overview for Unit 2, Lesson 2, Ready, Set, Go.